Good evening. We begin tonight with a significant development in international trade policy. President Donald Trump announced on Sunday that his administration plans to impose an additional 10% tariff on any country that aligns itself with the policies of the BRICS economic bloc. The statement, posted on his Truth Social platform, characterized the bloc's policies as anti-American and declared that there would be no exceptions to this policy. The announcement comes shortly after the BRICS group, which has recently expanded, issued its own warning against what it called the proliferation of trade restrictive actions, specifically citing tariff hikes as a point of concern. The president indicated that official letters outlining the new tariffs are expected to be sent out as soon as Monday. The BRICS bloc is a coalition of nations focused on strengthening economic cooperation and increasing the influence of Global South countries in international affairs. Its core members include Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, with recent additions including Egypt, the United Arab Emirates, Ethiopia, Indonesia, and Iran. This move signals a potential major escalation in global trade disputes, creating uncertainty for international markets and corporations that rely on complex supply chains spanning both Western and BRICS-aligned nations. The full economic impact of such a broad tariff remains to be seen, but it marks a new chapter in the ongoing tensions over global trade and economic alliances. Staying on the topic of administration policy, the Department of Homeland Security announced on Monday that it is ending deportation protections for approximately 76,000 immigrants from Nicaragua and Honduras. The decision terminates the Temporary Protected Status, or TPS, for these individuals. TPS is a designation granted to nationals of countries experiencing severe disruptions like armed conflict or natural disasters. In its statement, the DHS argued that the conditions that initially prompted the status for Nicaragua have since improved. Specifically, the department noted that the status, which was first granted after a natural disaster in 1999, was never meant to last 25 years. A DHS spokesperson stated that the environmental situation in Nicaragua has improved enough for its citizens to return home safely. The department framed the move as a way to restore integrity in our immigration system and ensures that TPS remains temporary. This decision is the latest in a series of similar TPS revocations issued by the Trump administration in recent weeks, following a similar announcement for immigrants from Venezuela. For the tens of thousands of individuals affected, many of whom have lived, worked, and raised families in the United States for decades, this decision ushers in a period of profound uncertainty about their future. In news that intersects the worlds of business and politics, shares of Tesla Incorporated tumbled on Monday following a weekend announcement from its CEO, Elon Musk. The electric vehicle company's stock fell by more than 7% during Monday's trading session and is now down approximately 14% since the beginning of June. The sharp decline is being linked directly to Musk's announcement that he is forming a new political party called the America Party to challenge the established two-party system in the United States. Musk launched a page for the new party on his social media platform, X, after citing a poll that he said signaled a strong public interest in a third-party option. In a post on July 5th, he wrote, "By a factor of 2 to 1, you want a new political party and you shall have it." He went on to criticize the current political landscape, stating, "When it comes to bankrupting our country with waste and graft, we live in a one-party system, not a democracy. Today, the America Party is formed to give you back your freedom." The move is being widely interpreted as a break with the Trump administration. The market's negative reaction suggests investor concern that Musk's political ambitions could serve as a major distraction from his leadership at Tesla, or could alienate potential customers, further intertwining the company's brand with his increasingly political public persona. Turning now to a long-awaited conclusion in a high-profile federal case, the Department of Justice and the FBI have officially closed their review into the case of Jeffrey Epstein. In a memo released on July 7th, the two agencies stated two definitive conclusions: that Epstein committed suicide in his jail cell, and that investigators found no record of a so-called client list. The memo, which was confirmed by White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt, stated that no further material related to the Epstein case will be released by the agencies. The document began by stating, "As part of our commitment to transparency, the Department of Justice and the Federal Bureau of Investigation have conducted an exhaustive review of investigative holdings relating to Jeffrey Epstein. The review's finding that Epstein committed suicide while awaiting trial in August 2019 concurs with the official autopsy conducted at the time. This conclusion directly addresses years of public skepticism and widespread conspiracy theories surrounding his death. The determination that no client list was found also seeks to put an end to rampant speculation about a document detailing powerful and high-profile associates. While closing the book on these specific questions, the memo did acknowledge the vast scope of Epstein's crimes, noting that the disgraced child sex trafficker harmed over 1,000 victims. And finally, we turn to a story of tragedy and a call for national unity from Texas. The White House has formally asked Americans to pray for the victims of the catastrophic flooding that swept through parts of the state over the July 4th holiday weekend. The disaster has left more than 80 people dead, a toll that includes children who were attending a Christian camp. In a statement released Monday morning, the White House's Faith Office said it is asking people to join us in prayer for the precious lives lost in the Texas floods. The statement continued, "Amidst this tragedy, our nation must come together to pray for the victims, their families, and the first responders conducting rescue missions to find those still missing." First responders and search teams are continuing their difficult work on the ground, navigating the immense damage left in the flood's wake. The White House message concluded with a plea for comfort and a quote from the Bible, stating, "May God wrap His loving arms around all those in Texas," and citing Psalm 34:18, which reads, "The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit."